Hello, good evening, everybody. I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Miss Tinsley, and I will be your student's sixth grade honors math teacher for the 2020/2021 school year. Just a little bit about me. So I come from a family with 3 kids. I'm the youngest of 3, all 3 girls. I also have 3 nieces and 1 nephew, no kids of my own, except for the 75 that I see every day here at Jane Addams. I got my bachelor's degree at Northern Illinois University in mathematics with an emphasis in education. And then I also have my master's degree from Concordia University in curriculum and instruction. So there's a few ways that you can get in contact with me. As far as students, they kind of have just one avenue of communication, and that will be all through Google Classroom. So for parents, since Google Classroom is not an option for parents, I have 3 other options for you instead. So one way is obviously through my district email, tinsleytm@vvsd.org. I do check that every day and every night, so that is a good way to get in hold of me. If you would like a quick response, text is probably the quickest response that I can get back to you. So there is my cell phone number. Please do not hesitate to use that, even if it's something that you think is a minor question. I would much rather you text me or even call me and we get it figured out as soon as possible so that not you or your child is worrying about it later. The third option is Remind. So Remind is an app that you can use on your phone, and the instructions are on the screen of how to do that. Remind is a good way for me to kind of send out reminders like, hey, we have a test coming up tomorrow, or check and see if your student got this completed on Google Classroom. So something that's more of an overall reminder will be used on Remind. So what does your child need for math class? So a lot of you have already picked up your materials here at Jane Addams. So we have 4 books that were hopefully distributed to each of you. The first 2 books are in grade 6, which are Unit 2 and Unit 3. The last 2 books are grade 7, which is Units 1 and Unit 2. So to kind of give you an idea as far as the honors curriculum, we do cover both 6th grade and 7th grade standards. However, we don't cover every single unit in each grade level for the obvious reasons that we still only have 180 school days. So we cover things a little bit quicker, and then we kind of take out things that are not as necessary. If for some reason you have not received those books or you received something on accident, please get a hold of me either through text or through email, and I will do whatever I can to make sure that you get the books in your students' hands that you need. They are doing another material pickup here at Jane Addams Thursday and Friday of this week from noon to 7 p.m. So if you did not receive the first round, or if you want to just come and get a book that maybe you missed, that would be a good time. But if those times don't work out for you, like I said, reach out to me and we will get it taken care of. So what will math look like for your child? So as you know, in March, we kind of had to throw things together on a Sunday, and we had to roll with it. Obviously, we've had a lot more time to plan it out this time, so it's definitely going to look different than it did back in the spring. And hopefully it will look much better because we know that it wasn't great. So basically what's going to happen for math is one of the classes that your child sees every day, Monday through Friday. So every single class day, we will meet on Zoom. There are links already posted on the Google Classroom, so your students can access those. Those Zoom links are only for students, not for parents. So if parents, again, if you need to get a hold of me or reach out, then please use those other 3 avenues for that. All work during this time will be graded, which is a little bit different than it was again in the spring. Everything will be graded. Students will be given feedback, and most of that feedback will come through Google Classroom, or there are some other online platforms that we will use as well this year. Student attendance, again, that's going to look a little different than it did in the spring. So in the spring, your student just had to check in 1 time per day, not necessarily with the same teacher. It was just kind of an in general Google form. Well, that will be different. Your student will have to reach out or be on a Zoom call with every one of their teachers on the given scheduled day. So for me, what that would look like is Monday through Friday. Let's say they're in block 1. Not only do they have to be in attendance and participate in my Zoom meeting from 9:20 to 10:25, but they also have to complete any required activities for the day, which also known as homework. So coming to that schedule, so this is the remote learning daily schedule that every student is using. So you'll notice that typically your student used to start school at, here at Jane Addams, they used to start school at 8:25. So a little bit differently, instead of starting off block 1 right away, every teacher will have those office hours set between 8:25 and 9:15 a.m. every day. So that will give us 50 minutes. That allows teachers to not only get in contact with students individually, but also with parents. Now, those office hours can look very different. It could be, for example, me doing a one-on-one Zoom call with one student because they were struggling with a specific assignment. It could mean I'm doing a small group instruction on Zoom for 10 students who I've identified as needing assistance in a certain topic. So those office hours are going to look very different, but those office hours are meant to do more of the interventions as well as the enhancing. So if your child has me for block 1, they will be meeting on Zoom every day at 9:20 until 10:25 a.m. Block 2 would be 10:35 to 11:40 a.m. You'll notice between block 1 and block 2, there is a 10-minute, what we used to call passing period. So that 10 minutes will allow your student at home, whether they need to run to the restroom, they need to get off one Zoom call and get onto another to find those links. So they got that 10 minutes of transitioning time between block 1 and block 2. When block 2 ends at 11:40, you'll notice that everyone goes for lunch. So that's students and staff included. So 11:40 to 12:10 will basically be kind of shutting down technology and enjoying our sandwich or maybe some outdoor sunshine. Block 3 will then resume at 12:15. So again, it gives that 5-minute transition period to allow them some time to get logged into their Zoom calls or whatever they may need to do. So block 3 will end at 1:20. And again, you'll notice that there's a 10-minute transition time between block 3 and block 4. So block 4 won't actually start until 1:30, and then they'll be done at 2:35, which is our normal ending of the school day. I know that was a lot of information. I can't wait to see you guys. I can't wait to meet everybody. I hope that we are going to make this in a wonderful year, no matter if we're doing it virtually or in person. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here for you. Have a wonderful evening.